What is going on, guys? Chris here. Welcome back to another video. So today we ran a Twitter poll to see what video you guys would be interested in me talking about today, and it got 60% of the votes, and it was anything IRL. So a vlog about stuff that's happened in my life, story time, whatever you want to call it. So I was thinking, what am I going to do a video about? I've had a lot of interesting things happen to me in my long life of me being an old man now, and one story came to mind, and it was, God, I don't know, I was probably 19 at the time. That's 11 years ago, dude. That's nuts. Life is short, dude. Either way, so I'm out of high school, right? I'm out of high school. I have a Pontiac Grand Am, a red Pontiac Grand Am. So let me explain to you, the beginning of this story. And I guess the title of this video is going to be the unluckiest night of my entire life. Unluckiest. Just, the amount of things, that happened consecutively in a row. I don't even know the odds of it, but either way. So I live in, upstate New York. So needless to say, our winters are long and they're just garbage weather every day, and it's always snowing and it's always icy and blah, blah, blah. So we have one of these random nights. I always have friends over literally all the time. Anytime I'm doing anything, I live, in a small town, so there's not much to do. So the friends come over. I always have like 3 or 4 people over, and we're just playing games or whatever we're doing, right? And there's just, it's odd because we do this all the time, every one of our nights off. But it's just one of those nights where we just don't really know what to play and we're bored. And you'd be like, usually we have 3 or 4 people over, we're playing stuff together, it's cool. It's just one of those nights where we're we just don't know what we want to play. And we're like, well, one of our friends has Madden. And I didn't have Madden at my house at the time, so I was and that's before you could download games. This is back in the disc era, for all you new kids. And so we're oh, let's run to his house, and we will, grab Madden, and we'll just play a little tournament at my house. Winner plays winner, whatever. We'll grab some, food or something. So everybody hops in my car, so 4 people, and we start driving, and it's really snowy out, so we're stupid, right? We're stupid. And, so, we'll just, drive around town, sliding around turns, as you do when you're dumb and you're young. We'll get going through parking lots, and, we'll pull my e-brake, and we'll just send the car spinning at, 40 miles an hour in the middle of this giant parking lot with no cars in it. Just really stupid stuff. Really stupid. And we start going through this, it's kind of like an old folks home, I guess, right? And there's a lot of turns and a lot of stuff. And my friend Josh says, don't pussyfoot it around this turn. So I took a turn going 30 miles an hour. And I'm sliding, and then all of a sudden, obviously, there's snow and ice, so I just keep going. And, I can't turn, I lose traction, and I just kind of go into this snowbank, into this tree. And luckily, the snowbank was large enough to where it basically compacted any of the, damage or whatever. So we hit the tree kind of hard, but like I said, the snowbank blocks us enough to where, nobody's hurt. The car literally isn't even damaged at all. But now we're in a snowbank. Literally up to the doors. So I roll down the windows, and we're kind of having to shovel our way out. And I can't get out, right? So I'm stuck. And I'm going to flash back to an hour and a half before that, right? Because I forgot about this tidbit of information, and it kind of sets the premise for the rest of the video. So we pull into the gas station earlier, prior to me being an idiot in my car. And for whatever reason, the Pontiac Grand Am is just stupid. The anti-theft system is dumb. So if I leave my keys in the ignition with my car on, and I get out, and I close my doors lock with the keys inside. Kind of like if your car is like, oh, hey, child safety or whatever, if you start going over 10 miles an hour, we're going to lock your doors, obviously, because, safety. My car would do that just sitting idle. So if I was just wasn't paying attention, I'm getting out, maybe going to go get gas or just run into the store real quick and close my doors would lock with my keys inside. So that happened. So we're in a small town, so I don't have to call a locksmith or anything. One of the cops we just know pulls in, and we're just like, hey, can you, help me? So he uses his little wedge thing, and he uses his little clip thing, and he gets it unlocked for us. I'm like, hey, thanks, man. And then that's just the rapport we have with the police in a very small town like that. So we know them by name, they know us by name. It is what it is. So that happens. Everybody in my car is fully aware of how stupid my car is and what my car does and how it locks itself. So once we start getting dug out, right? We don't have shovels in my car, so we're like hand digging my car out of a 6-foot snowbank. And I literally say to everybody in the car, everybody, said, do not close any of these doors. None. Do not close any of these doors. I opened all 4 doors. I keep all 4 doors open. And somehow, my friend Matt closes the doors as he's coming around helping us dig. I hear that I'm in the front of the car now digging. So, I'm paying attention, but I'm just trying to get my car out before the cop comes by. So that way, I wouldn't get a ticket, but it's just embarrassing at this point. I just wouldn't want to explain why I'm out at 9 o'clock at night driving around a old folks home stuck in a snowbank. There's no good explanation. So either way, I'm not even worried about getting in trouble. I'm just worried about looking like an idiot, like I was. Closes the last door, and I'm like, are you kidding me? And I hear the car doors close, and all I hear him say is, oops. So now, I'm stuck in a snowbank, kind of wedged up against a tree, with a car that is now on, in reverse still. Because, it was in reverse, so we were going to, people digging out, and I was going to hop back in the car, reverse a little bit, see if I can get out at all. It's obviously stuck, so I don't got to worry about it. So now my car is in reverse, locked, with the keys inside, in a snowbank, at 9 at night in the winter. So, my friend Steve, who was with us, he's like, I'm going to run to Casey's house, the house we were closest to. I'll go grab a coat hanger. And my car has done this enough times, obviously for me to know that it does that. And I've gotten pretty good at wedging my door open a little bit and getting a hanger in there, a metal hanger, and getting that done. So Steve leaves. We keep digging it out that way but we don't dig out the back anymore because I don't want my car reversing into a building, right? So we're sitting there waiting. We're cold. My friend Steve comes walking back. All he has in his hand is the Madden game and a bag of chips. And I said, what are you doing? Where's the hanger? He's like, oh, we didn't have one. So I was like, what do you mean? You just came back with chips. You couldn't figure anything. He's like, yeah, I didn't know what to do, so I just came back, and I was hungry. And I was like, oh, my God. Okay, great. So I run home, probably about a mile or 2. Gotta imagine, it's a mile. Run all the way home. Oh, hold on. Almost forgot. So, because my car's just been sitting there idle, my car is also very stupid and it dies randomly. I don't know if there was an alternator issue to where you're if you're not driving and it's just idle, my car would randomly die. So my car died while being on. So I hear it shut off and I'm like, oh, great. So I know that means in my head that I now need to jump my car. But it's locked with the keys in it, and it's still in reverse. So I was like, okay, well, good. At least now, it's not going to reverse into a building. So I run home. I grab my dad's truck. I obviously don't tell him what's going on, so I very quietly take the truck out of the driveway because he leaves his keys in it because he's, you know, he's been around a while and he just leaves keys in his car because he doesn't think anything's going to happen. And technically it never did, so I mean, I guess he's right, but either way. So we drive back in my dad's truck. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, please don't let, my car be dead. Get a coat hanger, do my thing. About 10 minutes later, I get the door unlocked. I have to manually get it unlocked because that's, as I'm finding out, it's probably dead because the automatic button isn't working. So I get it unlocked. I get in my car, try and start it. Sure enough, completely dead. Don't know how. My car was dumb. There was a lot of electrical issues with that car, obviously. It's a stupid car. But it was my first car, so it was whatever. So I get the jumper cables out, hook it up from, my dad's truck to my car, jump start it. Great. Keep all the doors open, don't worry. And I'm like, all right, we got to get home now. Because we've been out, all this time I'm just like, God, I'm going to have to call my dad and explain to him that I'm an idiot. Or I'm going to have to call the cops, or the cops are going to come by and I'm going to have to explain that I'm an idiot. So somebody gets in my car to drive it home, right? I get in my dad's truck, obviously take the jumper cables off and everything, get in my dad's truck to drive it home, and all of a sudden, it's sounding like it won't start. It's not even turning over. It's not turning over. It's just making like a really weird screech when I'm trying to turn it on. I was like, are you kidding me? So now my dad's truck won't start. No idea why. So I think I just sit in my dad's truck and I'm just like, what do I do? Because now I really don't have a good explanation. Now it's just a really long, stupid story that I don't want to tell anybody. And then randomly I try and start it again and it starts and there's no issue and I drive it home. Then we just go back to enjoying the rest of the night while, about 2 full hours of just nonsense. It was ridiculous. And that was the end of the story. Just literally like 10 things in a row of just like a mixture of stupid decisions and then very unfortunate circumstances and a stupid car plus, good God. I have a lot of stories though. I've had a lot of interesting, funny, stupid, sad, crazy things happen in my life. If you guys are interested in hearing about any more of my 1,000 stories, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Check out, leave a comment if you want me to talk about something specific. I put in the Twitter poll, like, if you guys want me to talk about the recent stuff that's been going on with Optic Gaming, with them selling, percentages of the company and then possibly getting bought out by Infinite and then possibly getting bought out by Immortals and what that means for the Call of Duty team, etc., etc. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see. I obviously still have to do a video updating everything on Hype and what's going on there. We have a lot of exciting news from Hype. I got a lot more stories about my life, but either way, that about does it for today's video. Make sure you share it with all your friends. Follow me on Twitter at the same YouTube description, youtube.com/Chris, the letter T, and then Dickson. That's what my Twitter is as well. So follow me on there. That's where I'm most active. I'm pretty active on the channel. I reply to all comments. And as always, I'll see you guys next video. Okay, bye.